Step into a tribute like no other, where we honor the wrestling legends whose impact still echoes through the sport. Their passion and dedication shaped generations, leaving behind unforgettable legacies. We also bring you heartfelt updates on Zelina Vega, whose recent news has deeply touched fans worldwide. Join us as we celebrate their stories, cherish their influence, and ensure their memories live on. Subscribe now to be part of this lasting tribute to wrestling's greatest icons. Rick Rude, born Richard Irwin Rude on December 7, 1958, was a professional wrestling icon best known for his unmatched charisma, sculpted physique, and magnetic heel persona. With a career spanning the WWF, WCW, and a brief stint in ECW, Rude made his mark as one of the most captivating villains in wrestling history. His signature mustache, cocky swagger, and trademark move, the Rude Awakening neckbreaker, made him an unforgettable presence in the ring. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, Rude rose to prominence through high-profile feuds with stars like Jake the Snake Roberts, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair. He captured the WWF Intercontinental Championship and later held the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship, solidifying his status as a top-tier talent. Whether taunting audiences or delivering intense in-ring performances, Rude excelled at drawing heat and commanding attention. Behind the scenes, however, Rude's life was not without hardship. The physical demands of wrestling led to various injuries over the years. While he attempted comebacks and remained connected to the industry, it was his heart that ultimately failed him. On April 20th, 1999, Rick Rude died suddenly of heart failure at just 40 years old. At the time, he was living in the Bahamas with his wife and children. His unexpected passing shocked fans and fellow wrestlers alike, leaving a void in the wrestling world. To this day, Rick Rude is remembered not only for his athletic ability, but for redefining what it meant to be a villain in professional wrestling. His legacy lives on through his iconic matches, bold personality, and enduring influence as one of wrestling's greatest showmen. Eddie Gilbert, born on December 14, 1961, was a dynamic force in professional wrestling, celebrated for his charisma, creativity, and in-ring psychology. Rising to prominence in the 1980s and early 1990s, Gilbert made his mark in major promotions such as the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and Eastern Championship Wrestling, ECW. Known as Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, he combined technical wrestling ability with a flair for storytelling, making him a standout talent wherever he performed. His high-energy matches and sharp promos connected deeply with fans, often drawing intense emotional responses. Gilbert's strategic use of mind games and narrative-driven feuds, most notably against Jerry the King Lawler and Tommy Dreamer, showcased his gift for turning matches into compelling drama. In addition to his in-ring accomplishments, Gilbert also worked behind the scenes as a booker and promoter. He had a sharp creative mind and was instrumental in shaping storylines and developing new talent. His time booking for ECW in its early years helped set the stage for the promotion's eventual rise as a revolutionary force in wrestling. Despite his significant impact, Gilbert's life and career were tragically cut short when he died of a heart attack on February 18, 1995, at just 33 years old. His untimely passing stunned the wrestling world, but his legacy lives on through the wrestlers he influenced and the creative storytelling methods he helped pioneer. To this day, Eddie Gilbert is remembered not just as a talented wrestler, but as a visionary mind who helped elevate the art of professional wrestling. His contributions continue to inspire new generations of performers and remain a beloved part of wrestling history. Robert Butch Miller, born on October 21, 1944, in Auckland, New Zealand, was a cherished figure in professional wrestling. Best known as one half of the unforgettable tag team The Bushwhackers, Butch brought energy, humor, and heart to the ring alongside his longtime partner and friend, Luke Williams. Before they became the Wild and Wacky Bushwhackers, Butch and Luke wrestled together in the 1970s under the name The Sheepherders. In those early days, they were known for a rough, brawling style and earned a reputation as a fierce tag team across New Zealand, Australia, and North America. But their transformation into the Bushwhackers in the late 1980s under the WWF banner is what truly cemented their legacy. Gone were the blood-soaked brawls. In their place came wide-eyed grins, exaggerated arm-swinging marches, and playful antics that immediately won over fans of all ages. Their over-the-top charisma and family-friendly appeal made them mainstays of WWF television during the late 80s and early 90s. Whether licking each other's heads or marching to the ring in perfect sync, Butch and Luke made sure audiences were always entertained. Though they never captured tag team gold in WWF, their legacy wasn't about championships. It was about connecting with fans and bringing laughter to the sport. Butch's comedic timing and boundless enthusiasm helped turn the Bushwhackers into beloved legends. Butch continued to remain involved in wrestling until his passing at the age of 78. His impact on the industry, especially in tag team wrestling, remains undeniable. With their signature march and unforgettable antics, the Bushwhackers continue to symbolize the fun-loving spirit of professional wrestling, and Butch's memory lives on in the hearts of fans worldwide. Bertha Faye, born on March 15, 1964, was a standout personality in professional wrestling during the 1990s, known for her vibrant persona, strength, and barrier-breaking presence in the women's division. Before rising to national fame, she honed her skills on the independent circuit, where her talent and charisma quickly turned heads. With her unique blend of power and personality, Bertha challenged traditional expectations of female wrestlers and carved out a distinct identity in the industry. She gained widespread recognition when she joined the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, in the mid-1990s. There, she portrayed a larger-than-life character that balanced comedic flair with serious in-ring intensity. With her brightly colored outfits, big hair, and bold confidence, Bertha became a memorable and entertaining figure on WWF programming. But behind the fun-loving exterior was a skilled powerhouse. Her wrestling style focused on strength-based offense, and she often overwhelmed her opponents with her sheer power and presence. In 1995, Bertha Faye achieved her greatest accolade by capturing the WWF Women's Championship, defeating Alundra Blaze in a match that cemented her place in wrestling history. Her rivalry with Blaze showcased her ability to perform at a high level and connect with audiences, playing an important role in keeping women's wrestling visible during a transitional era. Following her WWF run, she continued competing on the independent scene and in other promotions, maintaining a presence in the business she loved. Though her time in the spotlight was relatively brief, her influence was long-lasting. Bertha Faye helped challenge narrow portrayals of women in wrestling and proved that charisma and power could coexist in the ring. She remains a respected figure for her contributions to women's wrestling and for paving the way for future generations to shine. Luna Vachon, born Terry Pock on May 23, 1962, was a trailblazing figure in professional wrestling, celebrated for her fierce persona and unforgettable presence in the ring, leaving behind a legacy that still resonates in the wrestling world. Emerging in the late 1980s, Luna quickly carved out a niche for herself with a wildly unique look, marked by a partially shaved head, striking face paint, and a mohawk. Her intense and eccentric character made her one of the most visually and emotionally compelling women in wrestling history. Throughout her career, Luna competed in several top wrestling promotions, including WWE, WCW, and ECW. In WWE, she became a central figure in the women's division, engaging in memorable rivalries with stars like Sensational Sherri and Alundra Blaze. Luna wasn't just a performer, she was a character, contributing to both matches and storylines with unmatched intensity and authenticity. Her time in WCW and ECW further cemented her reputation as a pioneer. Luna's bold character work and in-ring tenacity broke barriers for women in a male-dominated industry, paving the way for future generations of female wrestlers to embrace edgier and more diverse personas. Despite her success, Luna struggled with personal challenges, including substance abuse, which affected her life and career. Yet her resilience and passion for wrestling never waned. Fans and peers alike remember her as a fearless performer who redefined what it meant to be a female wrestler. Luna Vachon's legacy lives on through the countless performers she inspired. Her wild spirit, boundary-pushing style, and dedication to her craft make her a true icon in the history of professional wrestling. Chyna, born Joan Marie Laurere on December 27, 1969, was a trailblazing American professional wrestler, actress, and bodybuilder who forever changed the landscape of sports entertainment. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall with a commanding presence and powerful physique, she shattered gender norms in the male-dominated world of professional wrestling and became one of WWE's most iconic figures. Dubbed the ninth wonder of the world, Chyna rose to fame in the late 1990s during WWE's influential Attitude Era. She made a name for herself not just by competing in women's matches, but by taking on and defeating male superstars like Triple H, Chris Jericho, and Kurt Angle. Her historic accomplishments include becoming the first woman to win the Intercontinental Championship, as well as capturing the Women's Championship. These achievements paved the way for future generations of female wrestlers to be seen as equals in the ring. Chyna's influence extended beyond wrestling. She appeared in films, modeled for magazines, and starred in reality TV shows such as The Surreal Life and Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. Her crossover into mainstream entertainment helped broaden the appeal of WWE during its peak years. However, Chyna's life was not without personal struggles. She battled addiction and faced challenges in the public eye, which overshadowed some of her later accomplishments. Tragically, despite the hardships, Chyna's legacy remains one of empowerment and resilience. She broke down barriers for women in wrestling and remains a symbol of strength and independence. Her groundbreaking contributions to the sport continue to inspire countless fans and female athletes around the world. Thea Megan Trinidad Bujan, better known to wrestling fans around the world as Zelina Vega, is one of the most captivating and resilient figures in modern professional wrestling. Born on December 27, 1990, in Queens, New York, Vega has blazed her own trail in an industry often reserved for larger-than-life personas and towering athletes. Standing at 1.54 meters, 5 feet 1 inch, and weighing approximately 45 kilograms, 99 pounds, she has consistently defied expectations, proving that passion, agility, and heart can shine just as brightly as sheer size and strength. In 2025, Vega proudly holds the WWE Women's United States Championship, marking a defining chapter in her long and gritty wrestling journey. This milestone isn't just a personal victory, it symbolizes how far WWE's women's division has come and how crucial figures like Vega are in pushing it forward. A story rooted in resilience. Zelina Vega's journey into wrestling was born from deep personal pain and unwavering determination. On September 11, 2001, tragedy struck when her father, Michael Trinidad, was among the victims of the terrorist attacks at the World Trade Center. He had been working in the North Tower. This devastating loss left an indelible mark on Thea's life, becoming a powerful motivator in her pursuit of greatness. Vega has spoken often and emotionally about her father's memory, crediting him as the inspiration behind her perseverance and ambition. Determined to make a name for herself, she began training in wrestling during her teenage years. Her early days on the independent circuit were anything but easy. She paid her dues, learning the craft in small venues, often for little to no money, but always with eyes on something greater. Her relentless drive and undeniable charisma began to turn heads, eventually earning her a spot in TNA Impact Wrestling, where she performed under the ring name Rosita. There, she formed a tag team with Sarita and became a TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion, planting the seeds for what would become a formidable career. From NXT to main roster, the rise of Zelina Vega. Vega's journey to WWE was a long time coming, and when she finally signed with the company, she was more than ready. Initially joining NXT, WWE's developmental brand, she soon proved she wasn't just another wrestler trying to break in. She was a multidimensional talent with a sharp mind for the business. Her breakout role came not as a competitor, but as a manager and strategist. Paired with Andrade Cien Almas, Vega became the mouthpiece and tactical brain behind his rise to the NXT Championship. Her promo skills, timing, and undeniable chemistry with Andrade helped elevate both of their profiles. She was fiery, ruthless, and brilliant. Everything a good manager should be, and more. But Vega had greater ambitions. She didn't just want to be on the sidelines, she wanted to compete. Slowly but surely, she transitioned into in-ring action, and by 2021, she began being showcased as a legitimate competitor in WWE's women's division. Her big moment came later that year when she won the inaugural Queen's Crown tournament, becoming Queen Zelina and cementing her evolution from manager to full-time wrestler. It was a career-defining achievement that demonstrated her versatility and ambition. The crown jewel, WWE Women's United States Champion. Fast forward to 2025, and Zelina Vega has reached another pinnacle, capturing the WWE Women's United States Championship, a title introduced to reflect the company's growing commitment to showcasing depth in its women's division. This belt, designed to parallel the long-standing Men's United States Championship, represents more than just another title. It stands for progress, recognition, and new opportunity for female mid-card talent. Vega's championship moment came in a grueling match against Io Sky on an episode of Friday Night SmackDown. The bout was physical, fast-paced, and emotionally charged, ending with Vega clutching the gold and fighting back tears of joy and relief. After years of grinding, being overlooked, and reinventing herself time and again, this win was her moment of validation. Since then, Vega has defended the title with pride, facing off against a variety of contenders such as Shotzi, Chelsea Green, and Bayley. Each match has served to showcase her tenacity and the diversity of her skill set. From high-flying counters to brutal submissions, she has proven herself to be more than a transitional champion. She's become a fighting one. Reinvention and redemption, from heel to hero. Throughout her WWE career, Vega has mostly operated as a heel, quick-witted, manipulative, and arrogant. But her title reign has brought about a notable babyface turn, and it's one that has felt both organic and earned. Her vulnerability, particularly in the wake of her emotional reception at WWE Backlash, Puerto Rico in 2023, opened a new chapter in her character's arc. Though she lost to Rhea Ripley in that match, the real victory was her connection to the crowd. Fans chanted her name as she stood in the ring, overwhelmed with emotion, her Puerto Rican heritage and authentic gratitude turning what could have been a simple match into a career-defining moment. That night changed her trajectory. Since then, Vega's been seen less as a sneaky tactician and more as a symbol of resilience. Her fans now rally behind her, not just because of her athleticism or mic skills, but because they believe in her. The growing pains of championship gold. But while her reign has been celebrated by fans, things behind the curtain are said to be less harmonious. Reports from sources like Fightful Select and The Wrestling Observer suggest that Vega is growing increasingly frustrated with WWE's creative direction for her. Though the Women's United States Championship was meant to open new narrative possibilities, the actual follow-through has been inconsistent. Feuds have often felt rushed or shallow, and Vega's storylines, while exciting in spurts, have lacked long-term development. Insiders claim that Vega has pitched multiple storyline ideas, including new alliances, rivalries rooted in personal history, and even suggestions for character tweaks to explore deeper emotional layers. Unfortunately, several of these ideas have either been shelved or outright rejected, leaving Vega and fans wondering whether WWE truly sees the long-term value in her title reign. A familiar fork in the road? Complicating matters further is the specter of AEW, All Elite Wrestling. Vega's husband, Malachi Black, formerly WWE's Aleister Black, is currently part of AEW's roster, and rumors have swirled about the promotion's interest in bringing Vega over once her WWE contract expires. The speculation isn't baseless. Vega previously left WWE in late 2020 due to disputes over third-party monetization policies, after being vocal about her right to engage in independent ventures like Twitch streaming and cosplay. Though she returned to WWE in 2021, the situation left a mark, raising questions about how much creative freedom she truly has under WWE's corporate structure. Add to this her continued work outside WWE, including voice acting, convention appearances, and cosplay ventures, and some insiders suggest that WWE higher-ups may be growing uneasy with how she divides her attention. Some critics have whispered that she's spreading herself too thin, a narrative often levied against women in entertainment who refuse to stay in one lane. Yet fans argue that Vega's ability to thrive across multiple platforms is part of what makes her special and marketable. Representation matters, a cultural icon. Despite the backstage noise, one thing is certain: Zelina Vega is beloved. Her fans admire her not just for her skill, but for who she is. She's been a consistent and proud voice for Latino and Latina representation, often wearing Puerto Rican-themed gear and speaking out about her heritage. In an industry that has struggled with diverse, nuanced portrayals of Latino characters, Vega has refused to play stereotypes. She has demanded dignity and depth, and fans have responded with loyalty. She's also been candid about her mental health journey, opening up about grief, anxiety, and the pressures of being a woman in a hyper-competitive, image-driven field. By being vulnerable, she's given countless fans permission to embrace their own struggles, a rare and vital quality in an era where social media often encourages masks over honesty. Her ability to balance fierceness with vulnerability, charisma with humility, has made her a symbol of empowerment, especially for women of color and young fans who see themselves reflected in her journey. What lies ahead for Zelina Vega? Now, in mid-2025, Zelina Vega stands at a career crossroads. The Women's United States Championship has raised her profile, no doubt. But if WWE fails to invest in her reign, with thoughtful storytelling, character exploration, and marquee rivalries, then it risks losing one of its most unique stars. Should she walk away, the impact would be felt deeply. It's not hard to imagine AEW embracing her with open arms and letting her flourish alongside her husband, or perhaps she might pursue even broader paths in acting or hosting. The possibilities are endless. But if WWE listens, truly listens, to Vega's ideas and gives her the creative respect she's earned, she could become one of the cornerstones of the next generation of women's wrestling. Not just a champion, but a trailblazer, whose title reign redefined what mid-card women's titles can mean and do. The legacy, already written, and the chapters yet to come. Regardless of what happens next, Zelina Vega's legacy is already secured. She's the girl from Queens who turned tragedy into triumph, who stood in the ring and made herself seen even when the industry overlooked her. She has broken molds, refused limits, and done it all with pride, intelligence, and heart. She may be small in stature, but in the world of professional wrestling, she's a giant, a creative force, a cultural ambassador, and a beacon of possibility. Where she goes next, whether staying in WWE, heading to AEW, or breaking into Hollywood full-time, is anyone's guess. But one thing is certain: Zelina Vega isn't done writing her story, and the best is yet to come.